Right then. Thursday afternoon. I'll tell you about that back wheel in a minute. There's Tilly again. I'm not taking her in this until I've sorted out the handling issues. That's for sure. Enough trouble with her at the moment, let alone trying to concentrate on this as well. So we're just going to quick ride around the block just to see if anything has happened. Get up there. It's a long way out before this clutch bites. So yeah, Thursday Arvo. What is it? June the 20th actually, I think. 2024. Still renovating the house and we'll be doing so for some time. Months, years. I always forget about this. Straight across onto the Forbes Road. Won't go far, just as said. Hello, the speedo. Oh no, it is working. Oh, this will be entertaining. Got a train coming. I mean, there are several come through a day, but don't actually often get caught by them, you know. Be a freight train, I suppose. Could be anywhere from 100 metres long to a kilometre long, I suppose. You can imagine trying to stop one of these, can't you? Tilly hates these gates. She'll bark at them at 2 o'clock in the morning if a train comes through. Oh, it's getting worse and worse, this bit of road, isn't it? So See, you know, I think... Bloody thing. Get down there. Get over there. So I'll tell you what I've been up to. Yeah, it's actually, that's interesting. That's very interesting. One of the things I did, now it's actually shaking its head, which it wasn't doing before. Now the things that I've done, what I just did yesterday and today was take off the rear wheel that was on it and the rear wheel adapter, and replace it with the one off my other bike. So it's a 15-inch VW rim and adapter now. The tyre is the wrong profile, it's too small. It's probably about 20 mils too small, you know. So it'll rev its head off, I suppose. Tell me I'm doing 100 when I'm doing 90 or something like that, you know. I measured up the sidecar wheel lead and stuff. It's about 11.5 inches. Which is within acceptable parameters, you know. I don't see that as being an issue. Now the steering head is shaking, which it wasn't doing before. I don't know whether that's just the geometry of the you know, the steering geometry now that the tyre's too small, you know. But it's actually, the bike's actually worse than what it was. Really need to put a right hand mirror on this properly so I can see what I'm doing. You know, this makes the Harley feel like a good handler, which I suppose it is in its way. It's just not a very sporty motorcycle. So anyway, changing the rear rim, putting a different adapter and stuff on it. The adapter, the one that was already on this bike, was 4 pieces, basically 4 spaces, you know, with holes drilled through them and very long bolts to hold it all together, which I don't think is ideal, and yet it seems to have functioned better than this one, which is interesting. This is pretty much unrideable now. You can see the headstock shaking around, which it wasn't doing before. I half expected that to make a difference in the positive way, you know, that well, this is like whoa, 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 constantly go whoa, whoa, whoa. I can see now, I can see why he had the steering damper on, but it wasn't doing it with the other rim. So anyway, you know, I haven't got a lot of time to do a lot of stuff. I've been working on the Harley as well, fixing the brakes on both bikes. That's been done, you know. This doesn't need brakes, we don't go fast enough at the moment. And the Harley needs some more, it needs some adjustment to those rear shocks. They're way too stiff now. But this bike, now all I can think of is that either there's a, you know, the frame's bent, or there's a break somewhere in the frame or the subframe. I've jacked it up and had a look, but maybe I'll have to, you know, literally put it up on my ramps and get underneath and have a look. You know, it might well be that it's something that's separating when oh, for fuck's sake. God, it's just shocking. Something, see, it goes zip, zip. You know, it's something that's either separating or flexing, I guess, you know. What a pain in the ass this thing is. Well, didn't I get taken for a ride? I can't believe Was never fixed it, and then I can't believe that the bloke who had it for the last a couple of years, whatever it was, didn't fix it either. You know, it's clear now that he parked it and never rode it, because it's parked outside. You can just see all little signs, you know. Get off. Get off. He obviously got scared, too scared to ride it, and I don't blame him. I'm too scared to ride it. And you get it on dirt like this, and everything moves around anyway, and you think, oh, well, yeah, you know, it's not so bad. But there's no way I'd ride this at highway speeds. I can't believe it's worse than what it was. When I start the Harley up in the backyard, you can see all the skippies suddenly appear and hop away. They're in the grass there, you know, somewhere. So now what do I do? Can't sell it. not in with any kind of conscience, unlike the last bloke. Bah. So right along this dirt road, admittedly very modest speed, feels okay, which is really strange. It's like, you know, everything moves a bit on dirt anyway, I suppose. Go here a little way. I might have to ask old Penny Kid to come out for a visit one day and take it for a ride and see what he thinks. You know, he's got a lot of experience. I've got a fair bit of experience now, but this is a strange one, you know. possibly a mistake. Oh, that's the old dump. No scavenging. They don't like you scavenging at the dump because they like to scavenge themselves, I suppose. Ooh, there. Slippery dirt, there's stuff like it's kind of red oxidized soil on top, but only for a very thin layer, and then it's clay sort of thing mixed in, and it's, which makes it very slippy. Tires let go very easily. Ah, well, fuck me. Now what do we do? At some point I'll probably end up putting the stock front end back on, the one that I've got. Well, I've actually got a set of forklifts that Dave Reynolds gave me, you know, and to see what difference that makes. But it's like chasing your tail, isn't it? One thing at a time, and just see. Have a look at the frame again and see what's going on with it. I'm sure like 11.8 inches or whatever it was, sidecar wheel lead is fine. You know, that's not really the problem. Don't think it's suspension, tyre pressures or whatever. I got about 36 pounds in the rear tyre, which is, you know, conservative. And you can tell, like if it's tyre pressures, you generally get a good indication. This is not that though. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I start pulling things off it. I'll see a broken frame rail somewhere or something like that, you know, which will be very fucking disappointing, I can tell you. As I said, I rode this bike, I don't know, you know, 12, 15 years ago, something like that. And nothing's been fixed. Mind you, because it's hard to know, it's hard to fix something if you haven't worked out what's wrong with it yet. That's for sure. I bought 20 litres of paint the other day to start painting the outside of the house. When it warms up a bit, it's not really warm enough to paint really. I got one of those spray guns, you know, that you just bloody stick the hose in the paint bucket and off you go, you know. They're brilliant, those things, that's for sure. Oh fuck. Yeah, so anyway, here I am swearing away. This is a real mystery. We shall see.